Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited. We made a big announcement this past weekend in Atlanta, and I'm so excited to share with you guys what that announcement was, but most importantly, how we did it. So, welcome back to the Plant Protocol Podcast. I am your favorite plant based health and business coach and official gym dropper, the forever voice in your head, Lisa A. Smith. Welcome back to the Plant Protocol Podcast. It's our live recording every Monday at 10 a.m. EST, 9 a.m. Central. And I am here with some fire news for you guys today. And the fire news isn't just that we just signed a multi-year contract partnership deal with Eric Thomas and Associates, the number one motivational speaker and personal development company and coach. But I'm going to tell you guys how we did it, right? So I'm not on here just to celebrate. That's super cool. But what I mostly want to share with you guys today is how it happened. A great coach is always coaching. And I made it my responsibility to specifically make sure every time we hit a win or we hit a milestone, whether it's for me personally or for us as a company, I want to make sure we reverse engineer it and tell you how we did it. Like it's the how, right? Because all of us are currently striving for something. We're currently going after goals. And a lot of times when we watch other people, while we're happy for them, we want to know, hey, what adjustments might I need to make in order to position myself for similar success, right? So good morning. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you, Tiff. Hey, Jill. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. So good morning, Thomas. Hey, Carlos. Hey, good morning. Y'all on today. I love it. So I'm super excited to share this news with you guys. And so this past weekend, I was in Atlanta for a mastermind meetup. I am in ET's mastermind. Many of you know that my personal coach, my personal development and personal business coach is Dr. Eric Thomas, who is the number one motivational speaker in the world. And I've been in his ecosystem for many years, going to events and attending different conferences and retreats, and then going on to get in his mastermind and increase my proximity to him and made him my personal coach. And so this past weekend in Atlanta, they had an event. And hey, good morning, Coach Milan. What's up, y'all? So this morning in Atlanta, they had a live event on Saturday, and then on Sunday we had a private mastermind event. But on Saturday, this past weekend, ET they had a live event, and they asked me to come up on stage and share a little bit about my experience in the mastermind and in the ETA community, which I did, and it was wonderful. And so we publicly announced on the stage just 2 days ago on Saturday that we are officially in partnership with Eric Thomas and Associates, and we signed a multi-year deal. And what I'm most excited about this is because we're going to now, like on my own in the past 10 years, right? We have helped thousands of individuals through their health, through their mindset, and through business development. And what I'm most excited about this partnership deal is now we are going to help millions. I need y'all to get this. You guys know that my personal mission and our company mission is to extend the healthy life expectancy for marginalized communities, right? And we want to do that because we want more people to be healthy enough to fulfill their assignment. So my personal mission for the people that we touch is radical obedience. I want everybody to show up every day doing what they feel called to do, despite the presence of fear and uncertainty. And so for the past 10 years, I've been able to help thousands of people get on track, get a little closer to being radically obedient and to showing up on assignment. But with this partnership deal with ETA, Eric, he's my coach. And his coach CJ, their whole team, Carl, Moose, they've all helped millions of people in the 30 years that they've been in business, and the 30 years that ET has been speaking, and then in the 20 years that they've been as an official company doing this thing, and they've helped millions. And so this partnership with ETA is going to help us to help millions of people understand better how to put themselves in a healthy place physically, mentally, and emotionally, how to position themselves for radical obedience, how to ready themselves for excellence. And so that's what I'm most excited about. That's what I'm most excited about. I'm like, oh my God, we can help more people quicker. This is amazing. So that's what I'm excited about. But I want to share with you guys how this partnership deal happened. I got to tell you, I was, when they called me up on stage on Saturday in Atlanta, we just had a few minutes to share. We only had a few minutes to share. And some of you or who are watching, you might have been there this past weekend. I only had a few minutes to give the audience, a couple hundred people in the audience. I only had a few minutes to tell them a little bit of how we did it. But what I want to do for you guys this morning is break it down even deeper and give you guys 4 things that I did to end up in partnership with the number 1 motivational speaker in the world. I want to tell you guys the 4 things that I did so that you guys can take what you need from this talk, take whatever you need and implement it for yourself. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you, Cam on Instagram. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's an amazing feeling. I'm so excited about touching millions of people quicker. Like I'm so excited to get people to understand how to eat like they got some sense, to get people to understand what it means to be radically obedient, to get people to understand how much work has to happen to eliminate limiting beliefs and that they can show up on assignment. I'm so excited to help people start turning in their overdue assignments to God. Come on now. So that was just so blessed. So blessed. Let me turn my light up here, y'all. Hold on, Insta. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We back. Okay, so, all right. So, y'all ready to get into it? I got 4 things for you guys today. 4 things that position me to go into partnership with ETA, Eric Thomas and Associates. And I think it's going to be super helpful for all of you as well, because I think a lot of us, we sometimes look to other people and we wonder how they did it, or we wonder if it's even possible for us. And I want you guys to know that whatever you're dreaming of, whatever the goal is, whatever you're aspiring to is possible and available to you. But you do need somewhat of a blueprint. You do need somewhat of a system to help you get there. And so here we go. Y'all ready? All right. Take notes for my note takers. Y'all make sure y'all put it in the chat for our neighbors. Let's get into how did I get into a multi-year partnership with this personal development company, and with Eric Thomas and Associates, my coach who I adore so much, right? Okay, here's the first thing. And I'm going to formulate this in questions, all right? So question number 1, are you exceptional at what you do? Are you exceptional at what you do? So the first thing that helped me to get this partnership deal and build this relationship is I was exceptional at what I do. So let me make it super clear. Another way to ask this is, do you have mastery in your particular field? Do you have mastery over your subject matter? The very first thing that made me attractive to the team is that I had mastery in my subject matter. So you guys know, I started my company, my health coaching company 10 years ago in 2015. And we started in fitness. Okay. So I started off with an online personal training company. And then we moved into nutrition coaching, specifically plant-based nutrition. All right. And over the years, I've gotten better and better and better. So that looks like continuing education. I'm constantly studying, reading, listening, attending events, positioning myself to learn my subject matter. I've done it year over year over year, right? So the very first thing that I did to get this deal is that I developed mastery in something, right? So I'm not a generalist. I'm not trying to help everybody. I'm not trying to solve everything. I'm not saying that I can work with anybody and I can help anybody do. No, 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 no. Specializing. When you specialize, you develop mastery quicker. And that way you become known for something and not everything, right? So the worst thing you want to be, is someone who generally has knowledge about a little bit of a lot, but haven't mastered and went deep on anything specifically. Okay. So the first thing that I believe really played a major role in our ability to get this partnership deal with ET is mastery. So much so that last year, about a year ago now, actually, I think in March of 2024, E was like, Lisa, I'm gonna bring you into the studio of our podcast, Secrets to Success, and you and I are gonna record together, right? And we sat down and we recorded together. And during that episode, many of you guys have watched it here on my YouTube channel. We got the replay, we played it on the podcast. You guys have watched me and ET in that interview. And during that interview, live, I was telling ET as he was explaining to me his relationship with sugar, for example, I was breaking down to him the challenges he was having with sugar and why he was having those challenges. Like I showed up to that conversation with so much mastery and confidence around what I knew that it was impressive. It was impressive. So the very first thing you must have if you want to grow and grow far, and maybe you too aspire to have partnerships and relationships with certain entities or companies or whatever it needs to look like for you, is you got to know something, and you got to know it better than most people know it. You got to know something, and you got to know it better than most people know it. Have you developed mastery in your specific field? Have you put in those 10,000 hours they tell us we need to put in order to really be a thought leader, to be considered a subject matter expert in your lane? So, what do you know well? What do you know well? What do people know you for? And here's what's super cool. Some of us, we kind of cringe or we shy away from or we flinch when I talk about specializing, when I talk about niching down, because many of us, like, we're like, I don't want to box myself in. I don't want to exclude people. I want to help whoever wants to be helped. So I don't want to exclude people, and I don't want to typecast myself, right? Like, Lisa, I know a lot. I'm really good at a lot of stuff. And so we are sometimes afraid to specialize because of those reasons. I want to encourage you to start off specialized, because what happens is you become known for one thing, and you become the expert in that one thing. That then gives you leverage to branch out into other areas later. I started off with just health. Now I'm known for business. I help people with grow their coaching businesses. So now I'm also a business coach. You guys know me also for having mastery in chronic stress. I have mastery around what it means to live a life of obedience. Like, I've branched out into other topics and subjects, but it started with plant-based nutrition. It started specifically with weight loss. So I don't want you to think that where you start is where you have to stay. Where you start is not where you have to stay, but you want to start somewhere extremely specialized, because you hone in on your craft and you develop that mastery. It will be impressive for those who are looking for that information in that particular area. And then once you develop credibility in that area, you now have the leverage to grow into other lanes. So the very first thing I did that landed us a multi-year partnership deal with Eric Thomas and Associates is I became exceptional at what I do. I developed a high level of mastery in what I taught, and that was attractive, right? That was attractive. So important. All right. Anthony on YouTube says, tell them, coach, generalization ain't it. It's not. I get you in the health space, but you can't help at who do you help in the health space? What specific problem do you solve? Not just, I just help people feel better. How? And what people? Is it the people with diabetes? Is it the people that's overweight? Is it the people with depression? How do you help? Like, Don't be afraid to be specific. Stop being a generalist. Okay. All right. So step number one, mastery helped us land this deal. Mastery. Okay. Now, here's step number two. The second thing that I believe played a major role in this accomplishment for us. Are you intentionally putting yourself in miracle territory? Okay. There's some things in our lives, guys, that we label as a must have. Okay. And then there's some things in our lives that we label as a nice to have. And some of us are getting it wrong. Right. So let me give you an example. Let's go a little deeper. Some of us, we listen to people, we consume their content, we love what they have to say, and we go to all of their free stuff, right? Oh, she's going live every Monday at 10. Let me hop on. Lisa be dropping gems. Oh, she has a new podcast episode that drops every week. Let me subscribe. Lisa be dropping gems. Oh, she's doing a free 30-day challenge. Let me hop on. Lisa be dropping gems. Oh, look, she's about to teach a master class, a complimentary master class. Oh, I'm available. Let me register. Lisa be dropping gems. But then Lisa says, listen, if you love this podcast episode, if you love this free live on Mondays, if you love this dope master class that I just did for 90 minutes, if you love this 30-day challenge where I help you improve your health, if you really want to go to the next level, you should join me in this coaching program. I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, this is what I do. And if you really want to get your result, now you need to go deeper. Now you need to stay a little longer. And so when I make that offer, you be like, that would be nice to have. That would be dope. But you know what, Lisa? I just come back for your next free masterclass next month. You know what? That would be real. I would love to be coached by you, Lisa. I would love to be coached by your team, but I just don't think I can do it. Like, that would be nice to have. But you know what? I'm gonna keep listening to the podcast. I am. And yeah, my business needs to go to the next level. And yeah, my health needs to go to the next level. And yeah, I absolutely struggle with limiting beliefs and confidence. And I actually need everything you offer. But I'm going to just see if I can do it with the free stuff occasionally. And then maybe that'll be in the future, Lisa. One day I would love to work with you. That would be nice to have. The second thing that helped us to land this deal is that I made being in miracle territory a must have instead of a nice to have. Soon as I identified a person in an ecosystem, i.e., a person in a community that I believed would help me go to the next level in my business, would help me go to the next level in my personal development, I did not hesitate. When ET offered the mastermind, I said, I need to be in miracle territory. It is not a nice to have, it's a must have. Investing in myself is not a nice to have, it's a must have. A line item in my budget and the way I spend my money, it's not like, it would be nice to have a coach. Maybe one day. It's a must have. I understand that all of us, no matter how dope we are, we have blind spots. And I know I wanted someone to be looking for my blind spots. I knew that I wanted somebody looking at my business and looking at me who will be able to see the things that I couldn't see. And so for me, being in spaces that I've identified that I feel confident will help me grow and get to the next level became a must have and not a nice to have. I intentionally put myself in miracle territory. So I'm going to tell you guys the story that I told them this weekend in Atlanta so you can really understand what I mean by this, okay? I didn't just get this partnership deal with ET and ETA because, look, first of all, let's be very clear. I didn't ask for the partnership deal. I was invited to the table. Not once did I say, how could I work with you guys? How can I be in your community? How can I be side by side on you guys? How can I share the stage? Not one time did I ask for that. I was invited into this opportunity. And let me tell you guys what I mean by being in miracle territory is a must have for me. It's not a nice to have. So The reason ET even knows my name, can we take it back to 2022, 23, couple years ago, okay? Let's take it back. I need to make it super plain. Somebody put make it plain in the chat. Somebody put make it plain in the chat. Somebody put make it plain. Listen to me very closely, okay? The only reason ET knows my name, okay, is because of Carl. Carl is ET's videographer. He's responsible for capturing content. He's responsible for editing their content. Carl is fire. Okay, he's fire. And several years ago, like I told you guys, I was at one of ET's events, and it was in Mexico. And we were in Mexico. We were on a retreat, and the retreat was about the location. The hotel was about an hour away from the airport. Okay. And we got to get in the shuttle bus. We got to get on the shuttle bus and take the shuttle from the airport to the retreat center. Well, this particular year, because I had went to this event two times in a row, 2 years in a row in Mexico, right? This particular time, when I got on the shuttle bus was full. It was full, and it was only like a handful of seats left, right? And I guess me and Carl, I got on, and it was like one row left, and it was seat next to me. And then Carl and his family got on the bus, right? And they're coming to the back looking for seats too. And Carl ended up sitting in the seat right next to me. Right? And I told y'all that this ride from the airport to the resort was about an hour. So Carl is one of ET's right-hand men, especially when it comes to capturing his content and putting it online. Me and Carl are on the shuttle bus talking for an hour. We just kicking it. Now, I knew who Carl was because I listened to their podcast, so I was very familiar with who Carl was, right? And so me and Carl, but we just kicking it. I ain't trying to do nothing slick. I'm just like, what up? We kicking it about family. We kicking about life. We kicking it about faith. We kicking it about coaching. We kicking it about business. Carl and I are just kicking it in. And me and Carl started talking about health, right? And I was telling him that, one of the things that really impacts how sharp your mind is how strong your legs are. And Carl was like, what? Right. And so me and Carl started talking about sugar and eating right and your brain health, because Carl is really, really smart. Right. And I'm really, really smart. Like, we're both kind of geeks a little bit. Right. And so I was telling him, I'm like, I'm kind of obsessed about the brain because I never want to lose my sharpness and my cognitive functioning. And so we got into that conversation, and we got into, your leg strength and how that plays an impact on how much your brain fires. And Carl's like, what? And we like, what? And we just kicking it, right? So we get to the resort. Everybody unloads off the shuttle bus. I'm like, all right, Carl, see you around. See you around there, because we was going to be in Mexico for the next 7 days, right? So I'm like, all right, Carl. He like, all right, Lisa, it was nice meeting you. I'm like, for sure. It was all good. I didn't think anything of it. Well, I was VIP at the retreat because front row behavior, right? And a couple days into the retreat, again, it was a 7-day retreat, and a couple days into the retreat, we're sitting outside for a VIP dinner. So it was really beautiful, palm trees. It was dope. So we all sitting outside at the VIP dinner, and I'm just sitting at the table by myself. I mean, there was other people at my table, I didn't know any of them. So we're just doing small talk, whatever. And I look up, and Carl comes walking toward me with ET. And Carl says, this is the lady I was telling you about. This is the leg lady. Shout out to Terrence, already knowing the story in the chat. This is the leg lady. Carl, somebody who's just one of the right-hand people to ET, I left such an impression with him that he was telling ET about me. And when he saw me a few days later at the event, he brought ET up to me and said, this is the lady I was telling you about. This is the leg lady, right? Now, I would have never had that conversation with Carl on the shuttle bus. I would have never had the opportunity to geek out with Carl. I would have never been introduced personally to ET if I had not made putting myself in miracle territory a must have as opposed to just a nice to have. The only reason I was able to have all of that experience and all that it began to later produce was because I made proximity to the people and the coaches that I believed were going to help me go to the next level a must have and not just a nice to have. It would be nice to join you guys one day. I see all the events you're having. I see all the things you're offering. It would be nice. No, 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 no. I don't even use that like that would be nice. No, no, no. I will be there. It's a must have for me to invest in myself. So the second thing that helped us land this deal was I intentionally put myself in miracle territory. I intentionally show up in spaces that I believe I need to grow. And from that, I briefly told this story on stage in Atlanta on Saturday because I need people to understand. I told the audience on Saturday, y'all, again, there was several hundred people in the room. I'm on stage, me and Brandon on stage. And I told the audience, I said, I was once sitting right where you are. Now, I was in the front row, but I was once sitting right where you are, looking up at speakers on stage and listening to them and taking notes and trying to figure out what I needed to do next when I got back home and making a commitment to get better and refining and refining and refining and refining. I once was where you are. I put myself in miracle territory. Once you identify a person, an entity, a service that you are attracted to, we are not necessarily meant to be serviced by the same people in the same community. That it doesn't matter what your choice is. But once you decide, I vibe with this person, I vibe with this ecosystem, I love what they talking about, I love the way they say it, I love their swag. Like, increase your proximity, be intentional about it, not because you're trying to get something, like trying to be selfish or like trying to ask for a free opportunity, but because you want to learn. You genuinely are there to become a better person. And that's what I did. So that shuttle bus ride, who knew in 2025, years later, it would lead to me inking a deal with the number one motivational speaker on the planet? Like, who knew? Who'd have thunk it? Not me, because I wasn't there for that. I was only there to grow. So let me be very clear. Your intentions have to be pure. Like, don't increase your proximity to us if you're just here trying to get what you can get. No, 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 no. You latch on to people because you are genuinely trying to grow and get better, and ideally even give back to them some of what they gave to you. Right? Okay. So that was number two. So number one, I'm exceptional at what I do. I've put in over 10,000 hours developing mastery in my lane. That was evident to Carl when I was on that shuttle bus with him. He believed everything I said because I believed everything I said. That was a bar. Some of y'all need to pick it up. He believed everything I said because I believed everything I said. And so I also have made a habit out of putting myself in miracle territory. So I invest in myself regularly, like personal development, business coaching, business development is a part of what I do. It's not like, oh, that would be nice to have. Like, one day I would love to have a coach. One day I would love to invest in that program you just offered that really sounds like what I need. That's not my mindset. Like, that's not my mindset. Okay. So I put myself in miracle territory. That's the second thing that helped us to ink this deal. Let me give you guys the third thing. Sips tea. Okay. I'm going to slow down for this third one. Here's the third thing that helped us to land this deal with ETA. Okay. Now, when I came into the mastermind, when we were in Mexico, they offered the mastermind and I joined the mastermind. Okay. Now, when I got into the mastermind, though, you know, I'm asking questions. I'm figuring things out. I'm like, hey, I've gotten business to this level. We're trying to go to this level. I want to help more people. I want to help millions of people. We got to make history. We got to extend the healthy life expectancy for Black people. They dying prematurely from stuff that's preventable. Their dreams are dying from a poor mindset and limiting beliefs and all of this stuff. I'm like, listen, we got to go to the next level. I can't take it no more. It's like too many people. I need to be surrounded by people that's living radically obedient. We got to get it. We got to get it. We got to get it. And so when I got into the mastermind and I started getting feedback from my questions, I was able to implement the things I was being told, and I was able to observe some things that I wasn't even told and then go put that into action. But let me tell you why it was easy for me to do that. The third thing that helped us to get this deal is that I showed up healed. I showed up healed. What does this mean? This means that when I put myself in miracle territory and I took them up on their offer to increase their proximity to them, and then I got into the community, and then they started asking questions, and then I started inquiring and I started asking for help. When they told me what to do, I didn't have voices in my head telling me I wasn't good enough. When they told me what to do, I didn't have voices in my head saying, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. When they told me what to do, I didn't have fear in my spirit saying I can't show up because I'm insecure about this and I'm ashamed of that. And I haven't recovered from this and I haven't recovered from that. I showed up healed. So when it was time to do the work that I was told to do, I didn't have any limiting beliefs informing my decisions. Come on now. Come on now. If I just imagine if I was on stage right now and y'all was all sitting right there listening, we would all be on our feet clapping. Because some of us, we so unhealed that even when we get the instruction, we can't do anything with it. Lisa, I don't like the sound of my voice. Lisa, I don't like the way I look. Lisa, I'm still on my weight loss journey, so I just don't feel like I'm qualified to help anybody else. Lisa, I'm just still trying to do it for myself. I don't think I'm good enough. Oh, I'm a perfectionist and I hate critique. I'm a perfectionist, so I hate when somebody tell me that they give me constructive criticism. I showed up healed. I should have moved that to number one. When it's time. So see, you guys have heard me say that obedience is payment for what you're praying for, right? So a lot of us, we're privately praying for a breakthrough. We're privately praying for a breakthrough. But your disobedience is delaying the breakthrough. You were been supposed to address that grief. You not over that relationship. You not over that loss. You not over that abandonment. You still got issues with the trauma you experienced. And so because of that, you think that this has nothing to do with that. You think the dissolution of your marriage, or you think the fact that you experienced, like I did, abandonment from a biological parent when you were younger. You like, yeah, that happened there, but that's not going to have nothing to do with this business I'm starting over here. You starting a cake business and don't understand how abandonment from your father is going to show up in your cake business. Right. So your disobedience with addressing the stuff that you haven't healed from is inevitably going to show up wherever you're trying to go. And then when somebody tells you to put yourself out there, you can't do it because you're so broken. When you show up and you like, okay, Lisa, I'm ready to take my coaching business to the next level. You've been, running a successful coaching business for 10 years. Show me how to do it. Show me how to do it. And I'm like, oh, looky, you've been giving away everything for free. You need to charge. You need to charge more. You need to understand how to, but you got such an unhealthy relationship with money because of something that happened in the past. You got such an unhealthy relationship with a lack mindset that when I tell you to show up and start charging thousands of dollars for what you offer, you can't do it. You're not healed yet. The third thing that helped me to get a multi-year partnership deal with Eric Thomas and Associates is that I showed up healed. I'm so coachable. I was in a place to do everything that I needed to do. You say charge more, I can charge more. You say charge less, I can charge less. You say show up to your podcast studio and record a podcast and sit across from the number one motivational speaker in the world and still hold my own on a podcast episode. I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not going to be looking like I'm not going to be that good. I'm not about to stutter. I'm not about to stammer because I got mastery. I got a decade worth of experience and I'm healed. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. If I was a superhero, shout out to Coach Milan, that would be my armor right there. I'm healed. What is you talking about? Who is you talking to? It ain't nobody that you can put me in a room with across from that it's going to make me cower. That's going to make me look down. That's going to make me ashamed. I belong here. But because you don't think you belong there, you can't even get the opportunity. Because you still feel like I'm not enough. You still feel like I'm not good enough. You still feel like I'm too small. You still feel like nobody wants to hear what I have to say. How, Sway? How you going to get the opportunity that you praying for and you still broken? How? You still have guilt. You still have shame about something that happened in the past. And so you can't get to the next level. So I healed. I did the work. I did the work to overcome the abandonment issues that I personally had to deal with my father leaving at a very young age, abandoning me. He did some co-parent. Like I knew who he was, right? And he left. And I didn't know until I was crying on campus at Wayne State University in my 30s that I was hurt by it. But as soon as I recognized that I was hurt by it, I'm like, oh, we got to do something about this because I'm going places. I'm going places and I'm going to a far, far, far away place. Like I'm going to be in places that most people might not reach in their lifetime. That's what I'm destined for. But in order to get there and stay there, I have to show up there healed and whole and complete. I have to have confidence. I have to believe in myself. I can't have a lack mindset. I can't have a mindset that's anti-growth, right? I can't have a fixed mindset. So everything that you're telling yourself about who you are and what you're capable of is informing the opportunities that you get. It's informing the decisions that you make. The fact that you have such a lack mindset around money is part of the reason you ain't put yourself in miracle territory. I have absolutely no shame about charging thousands of dollars for our coaching programs because I know they getting a deal. Wouldn't it be crazy if you one day decided that what you sold at the price point that you sell it at is still too cheap? You like, man, I can't even believe they getting this for $2,000. I can't believe they getting this for only $5,000. That's crazy. But you don't feel like what you do is good enough. You don't feel like you're worthy of the 2K. You don't feel like you're worthy of the 5K. You don't feel like you're worthy of the 10K. And so you feel you have shame. Your whole demeanor change was when it's time to tell somebody the price of what you sell. You got to heal first. You came up from not having nothing. And so you don't think anybody has anything. And so you feel shame for asking people for money in exchange for your gifts and your mastery. You need to go heal. You ain't going to make it. You ain't going to make it. I know when I'm selling our programs, our students and our clients are getting a deal. I'm like, woo, I'm only charging you a percentage of what this is worth. I already know because I done put a decade into building it. What? So because you can't even put yourself in miracle territory because as soon as somebody tells you a price, you instantly in that moment decide, I ain't got it and I can't afford it. You're not resourceful. You don't look for ways to make it happen. Or when you do have it, you still don't want to give it because you have an issue with faith and abundance. You don't understand how abundance works. You don't understand how tithing works. You don't understand how things come back to you. You don't get it. You don't understand how it works. Right. And so you like, I can't even afford to put myself in miracle territory because my limiting beliefs and my lack mindset are informing all of my decisions. You got to heal. You got to heal with your relationship with money. You got to heal with your relationship with your parents. You need to heal from your relationship with loss. And you got to heal. You got to work through that relationship with trauma. It is informing every decision you make, and it not in a good way. Not in a good way. So the third thing that helped us to land this deal is I was healed. I came into the ecosystem ready to go. Nothing standing in the way. I had done the work on my body. I lost 60 plus pounds. I'm confident. So when ET invited me to the podcast studio that they were filming on camera for video, I said, say less. Everything I was offered, everything that he told me to do, I was ready for. I need to be on camera. This body is ready. I need to talk about my subject matter. This mastery is ready. You need me to go out and start a whole new 30-day challenge? Say less. You told me to do my first live event and did. Everything I was told or observed, I went and did it without flinching because I'm healed. There was nothing in my way telling me about how. Where are we going to get the help? I don't know how to do this. I don't look good in this. Oh my God, he invited me to the studio on Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Can I lose 100 pounds overnight? I had already done the work. Coach Dana says, she ready. Because if you're going to put yourself in miracle territory, dang on it, you better be ready for a miracle. Which brings me to number 4. I want to stand up so bad, but I can't walk away from this mic. Woo, this mic holding me hostage. Which brings me to number 4. The fourth and final thing that I did for us to land this multi-year partnership deal, I'm going to keep saying it, with Eric Thomas and Associates, is I calibrated my expectations. Let's talk about expectations, boys and girls. Okay. I expected a miracle. See, you can put yourself in miracle territory and still have doubt. You can put yourself in miracle territory and still lack faith. Because some of us, we've subscribed to the rhetoric that has told us to just get in the room. Like we have subscribed to the rhetoric that has told us like just being in it is enough. Like just being in the room is enough. Just, being around the people is enough. Like let me just rub off a little bit of them onto me and maybe no, my dear. When I show up into rooms and when I show up to spaces that I've intentionally invested to be in, when I put myself, I expect a miracle. Let's talk about your expectations. The fourth and final thing that landed this deal for us is the fact that I expect success. Like I remember I told a ex many years ago, like you need to be like, I'm going to be a multimillionaire. I'm going to have a really successful business and everything I touch turns to gold. Now, do you want to be a part of this or not? The expectation has been there way before E knew who I was. I didn't go into this wanting to work with E. Like I expect great things to happen for me. I expect great things to happen to me. I expect my expectations. I don't expect failure. I don't expect bad things. I don't, if anything bad can happen, it will. Like I get it, but nah. Like I expect everything. Like when I wake up, like how y'all, when you wake up in the morning, you expect to be able to sit up. How when you get in your car and you on your way to work or run errands or whatever, like you expect for the car to turn over, right? Like, do y'all know what I'm saying? Like there's some things that we do. Like if you was to stand up right now in whatever room you in and hit the light switch, you expect it to do something. You expect either the light to come on or the light to go off. Am I right about it? Like somebody give me a yes. Like, aren't there certain things right now? That you have no doubt would happen? Like if you went into your refrigerator right now, you expect like food to be in there. Like there's no doubt in your mind. Like I bought food, it's in the refrigerator. Like I paid the light bill, the light is gonna come on. Like the car is gassed up, the car gonna start. Like, how confident you are that your car will start? Some of us. How confident you are that your light switch gonna light switch. How confident you are right now that there's food in the refrigerator. How confident you are that if I said, bend over right now, close your eyes and tie your shoe. How many of you are 1000% confident that you can tie your shoe with your eyes closed? That's my level of expectancy when I get into miracle territory. Like, it's not even like I'm like, it's going to happen and it's going to be great and it's going to be phenomenal and everybody about to be blessed. I'm about to be blessed. They about to be blessed. I'm adding value. They adding value. It's about to be so mutually beneficial. Your expectations aren't where they need to be. Like, you have certain things in your life that you do on a daily, weekly, annual basis, and you just expect, like, you expect that money to come out your account on the first, like you done set up the payment plan. Like, matter of fact, I love our clients. They so doggone honest, y'all. One of my clients came to me like 2 weeks ago and she was like, Lisa, did you get your payment from me? She was like, because I didn't see it come out of my account. I said, thank God. People are so honest. My clients are so, I'm so grateful. But they're that way because I'm that way. I'm like, wait a minute, did you get your, like, I do the same thing. Like, wait, is something going on y'all end? I didn't see it come out. They like, oh, it's gonna come out tomorrow. Oh, okay, I want to make sure you got your, like, my people so honest. I done had 2 people do this to me before. Like, Lisa, check, I didn't see your payment come out of my account. I want to make sure you're getting paid. It's the expectancy for me. You ever been happy to bless somebody? That's a different type of living. Like, I want to pay you this money. Like I want to get this to you. Please make sure you get what you got coming. It's the expectancy for me. So the fourth thing that helped us to land this deal is because I never didn't expect it. I didn't expect how it was going to happen. Like, I never got into ET's mastermind expecting a partnership deal. Let me be clear about that. I was not here for that. I was just like, hey, I'm just getting in the room because I see y'all take businesses to the next level. I see y'all take humans to the next level with personal development, and I'm here for all of it. So tell me the strategy for the business. Keep pouring into me for the human, and I'm gonna do my thing, take whatever, and I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna be great. I didn't expect the offer of a partnership deal, but I did expect success. I just didn't have the how. See, all you need to know in order to be successful is the what. I was like, well, I know I'm going to make history. I know I'm a public figure on track to become a historical figure. I know we are going to successfully extend the healthy life expectancy for marginalized communities. Like, I know we're going to be successful in that vein. The how was never any of my business. Sometimes we don't put ourselves in miracle territory and we don't do the work to heal and be whole because we don't understand the how. Like, how can that happen? How can that work for me? How, if I'm sitting here struggling to check, how in the world am I going to be a multi 10, 11 millionaire? Like, how? I can't, because you're so focused on the right now. And so your expectations don't match what you want. Like, you want success, but you expect failure. Like, you want, but you don't expect it. You don't expect it. And that's some of our issues. Like, we literally do not expect to get everything we desire. Like, some of us have been sold on this idea that you can have some of what you want, but not all of what you want. Shoot, who you talking to? Who you talking to? I'm going to get everything I came for and more. And so I didn't know that part of the success was going to come from a partnership deal, but I'm like, oh, okay, God, let's rock. Because I was going to be successful with or without ETA. Like, I was going to accomplish my goal of extending the healthy life expectancy with or without. This is just icing on the cake for both of us. But there was always an expectation of success. I believed in myself. I got a nugget I want to leave with y'all. Look. Jasmine said, oh, you moving into preaching mode now, coach. Amen. Hey, look, the doors of the plant-based church are open, my friend. Okay, here's the nugget I want to leave y'all with. Can I leave y'all with a nugget? Let me leave y'all with a nugget, okay? A lot of times, Kiwi, my friend Kiwi, with or without energy, with or without you energy, Key, it didn't matter. There's not one person I had set my sights on in this world and was like, we need them to accomplish the goal. God didn't give them the assignment. They gave me the assignment. So whoever coming with me. Whoever not. But God told me to go extend the healthy life expectancy for people of color. I'm not over here like, well, I need her to help us, or I need to partner with them to do it. these life expectancies is getting extended with or without. Anyway, thank you, Kiwi. Anyway, here's the nugget I want to leave with y'all today. Okay, because one of the things that I have been told multiple times over my career, and from clients or colleagues or whatever, they would do a little bit of a comparison that we all do. Okay, we all do some comparison, right? And they would say, well, Lisa, you're this and I'm not that. Like, Lisa, I'm more emotional. You're not like that. Or Lisa, you're just hardcore. You're so demanding. I'm not like that. Or, you're so disciplined. You're so consistent. And I'm not like that. And sometimes when we compare ourselves to other people, we see things in them that we don't see in ourselves, and we attribute that to their success. Let me say that again. Sometimes when we're comparing ourselves to others, we see things in them that we don't see in ourselves, and we attribute that to their success. Hold on to your hat. This is about to blow your mind. What if I told you it's not that successful people have something that you don't have? Is that you have something that they don't have? Let me say that again, and I'm going to give you some examples. When you're comparing yourself to other people who you deem to be successful or you deem to be doing something that you would like to do, it's not that they have something that you don't have. It's that you have something that they don't have. You have a lack mindset. They don't have that. You have doubt in your ability. They don't have that. You lack confidence. They don't have that. You see where I'm going? You have an absence of faith. They don't have that. You have low expectations. They don't have that. You have made putting yourself in miracle territory a nice to have. They've made it a must have. So you looking at everybody and saying, well, they're this and they're that, and I'm not that. No. It's not that they have something that you don't have. It's that you have something that they don't have. You think it's too hard. They don't have that. Come on now. You believe it's too late for you. You too old. You missed your chance. They don't have that. It's not that they have something that you don't have. You have something that they don't have. You think all money is just supposed to go towards bills and saving, and it's too much to invest in yourself. You don't think you're worth investing in. They don't have that. They see themselves as worthy. They think in abundance. They have a bottomless pit of faith. They expect miracles. They expect success. It's not that they have something that you don't have. You have something that they don't have. Boop. Somebody write boop in the chat. I said, I need them to get it this morning. I need them to get it. Am I exceptional? Yes. Am I God's favorite? Absolutely. But I don't have anything that nobody else has. Yes, we just signed a multi-year partnership deal with a multi-million-dollar company who has aligned core values with us, and that's going to help us to extend the healthy life expectancy for people of color, just like we're going to help their audience and their ecosystem. Yes, we just signed a partnership deal that's going to produce millions upon millions and plus millions of transformations for people. But it's not because I was just chosen and I'm special and I got something that you don't have. It's that you got something that I don't have. Boop. Okay. Okay. I need y'all to get it today. Do the work. So let's review, boys and girls, and then y'all already know what the fee for free is. I'm going to need y'all to drop y'all major takeaways in the chat. But let's review the 4 things that helped me to land this multi-year partnership deal that's about to produce millions upon millions of transformations for other humans. Is this: number 1, I am exceptional at what I do. I have developed master. I have put the work in to study my craft. I have put the work in to practice my craft 10,000 hours or more. I have done what I do over and over and over again, speaking, teaching, coaching again, speaking, teaching, coaching, run it back, speaking, teaching, coaching over and over and over again. Mastery, mastery, mastery. So I specialized, I niched down, and all I did was do the same things over and over again until I got better and better and better. I study my craft. I study my craft. And so if you're going to call me to the stage to talk about radical obedience, if you're going to call me to the stage to talk about plant-based nutrition, if you're going to call me to the stage to talk about chronic stress, if you're going to bring me to the stage to talk about how to have a successful coaching company, baby, I'm ready because I'm studied, I'm practiced, I'm well-versed, and I am confident in everything I know. So the very first thing that I did to land this deal was I developed mastery in the subject matter and became known for something and not everything. I became known for something, but not everything. So I specialize and develop mastery. You have to have mastery around something for somebody to want to work with you for many years. Gotta have mastery. Ain't nobody working with generalists like that. They're working with specialists. Okay? Number one. Number two, the second thing that we talked about today that I did to get this deal is I intentionally put myself in miracle territory. So when I identified a community and a coach that resonated with me, I invested to increase my proximity. Yes, I did all the free stuff, but then I did the paid stuff too. I put myself in an ecosystem that allowed Carl to introduce me to ET. Carl would have never introduced me to ET if I had not been on that shuttle bus, having chucked out about $5,000, $6,000 to go to that 7-day trip in Mexico where they were going to be pouring into us. Right? And I'm not saying every investment has to be that high, but all the free stuff is only going to get you so far. If you find that you resonate with somebody and that what they're saying is what you need, put yourself in miracle territory and move, putting yourself from miracle territory from a nice to have to a must have. It's got to move over a column. It will be nice to invest in. It will be nice to have a coach. It will be nice to do that high level program. It will be nice to be at that event. No, it needs to stop being a nice to have and it needs to go to a must have. So I put myself in a space where the opportunity was available to me. That's the second thing I did. The third thing we did to ink this dream is that I healed. So when I got into miracle territory, I also had the confidence to speak up. I also had the confidence to raise my hand. I also was ready when I was told by my coach what I needed to do. Speak up, go here, do this, start this event, hire this, fire that, do this, do that. Everything. Say less. I'm here for it. I can do it. I'm ready. I don't have limiting beliefs in my head telling me my voice isn't good enough. Do you know how sad it is to put yourself in miracle territory, but you can't even speak up in miracle territory? Do you know how messed up it is that you go through all the trouble of getting in the room, but you don't even have the confidence to speak up in the room? Please do the private work. Please do the private work, y'all. Please do the private work. Do you know how messed up it is to get in the room and somebody tells you, oh, send over your proposal, let me look at it, or show me or call me when you're ready, let's discuss it. But you sitting in your room by yourself thinking like, they don't want to hear from me. They too busy. They not going to like what I produce. What if they hate? What? Let me get this straight. You don't put yourself in miracle territory. You done got coached and direction, but your belief muscle is so weak that you can't even perform. If you don't go heal, where is that coming from? Where's this I'm not enough coming from? Where's this imposter foolishness coming from? Where's this lack mindset coming from? If you don't go heal? And the fourth thing, let's close it out. How am I always on here for an hour every Monday? Lord, these Monday morning keynotes. And the fourth thing that I did to position ourselves for success is I expected it. My expectations are such that all things work out for me. My expectations are such that no matter what, why people are afraid to invest in themselves. Like, dang, it costs how much to work with you, Lisa? It costs how much to work with you, E? It costs how much? You know what people are afraid to invest in themselves a lot of times is yes, they have an unhealthy relationship with money and investing and all of that. But also because a lot of times when you invest in a culture or community, a lot of people, they can't see how they're going to get an ROI or return on their investment, right? Like a lot of people like say stuff like, "Well, what am I getting for this? Like, am I going to talk to you directly? Am I going to like they have all of these questions like if you go to the mall and you look at the price tag or something, you don't go up to the store manager and be like, nah, why should I pay this for this? Like you just like, I want that and I want them shoes, I want that bag, I want them clothes. Like I don't know if you guys have, slid into Beyonce's DMs and been like, why is it this? Like, what am I getting for this exact? Before I pay, like you just pay what they ask, right? But sometimes when it comes to investing yourself in coaching or personal development or an event, you got all these questions. And let me tell you why you have questions. It's because you don't understand that your ROI is your responsibility. So when I show up to conferences and events and retreats and lectures and coaching programs and masterminds. Like when I show up to those, I understand that the return on the investment, the ROI is my responsibility. I understand that if I want help with something, I got to ask for it. Like I understand that when I get in a room, if I don't understand something or if I need something to be explained again, I got to request that. Like I understand that to get the result that they're selling, I have to do the work that they're telling me to do. I understand that the ROI is my responsibility. A lot of times we don't invest because we like, I'm not sure what I'm getting for my money. But if you believed in yourself and you saw yourself as an investment vehicle, that would never be in question. My expectation when I show up into any room is that I will have success. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get something out of this. It's not even in question. I don't walk in like, I hope this works. I hope you work. I hope this works. I hope you work. My expectations is such that I'm going to get way more than what I paid for it. Number one, because I'm investing in people and entities that I've already vetted. So I don't have to worry about their integrity. I don't have to worry about scam stuff. I ain't talking about that foolishness. I'm talking about people y'all know. They've been in business 20, 30 years. They ain't about to scam you out of no $1,000 just so they like, you sound crazy. You think I'm about to throw my whole business away to get a couple $100 out of you? No. We operate with integrity over here. Everything is as we say it is, right? So I'm not talking about worrying about if somebody's scamming you. I'm talking about you investing in something that you already trust and you still questioning whether or not you're going to get a return on your investment. It's not in question over here. I'm going to get a return on my investment. I already believed in ET when I invested in him. I already believed in his team when I invested in them. So it wasn't a question about whether or not it was, I know I'm going to get something out of it. I don't know what everybody else doing, but I already believe in myself enough to do the work, to show up, to ask the questions, whatever it is. Like I remember texting ET one time, like, hey, when y'all give us instruction inside of the mastermind, we needed a little more specific sometimes. Can you make us a list? Can you break stuff down a little more? He said, got you. I'm in the community. I paid to be here. I got some feedback. Right? I said, sometimes if you could do like this, like you said you did with them, that would be dope. I'm going to get an ROI. So I don't have a problem with investing in myself because my ROI is my responsibility once I've done the work to vet what I'm investing in. Y'all get what I'm saying? So my expectation is that greatness will come from this. So that's the fourth thing. My expectations were always high for myself, for them. The expectations never played in doubt. My expectations never dealt with lack. My expectations never dealt with failure. My expectations never dealt with imposter syndrome. My expectations were always high. That's it, Shaquanda. My ROI was my responsibility. That's it. So I hope that helped y'all today. Congratulations to us. Congratulations. I'm so proud of myself, and I'm so proud of my team, and I'm so proud of the work we've done in the past decade. And listen, y'all, they say it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. So I don't think it's a coincidence that in year 10 of business, we were able to ink a deal with one of my favorite people on this planet. You know, that's probably the biggest thing that I'm even more proud of is not just that it's the number one motivational speaker in the world and a powerful brand, but it's that how much I admire this person. Like, I'm so honored. I'm so honored. I'm like, I can't believe I get to personally work side by side and work with somebody who I admire so much, who I believe in so much. Like, I tell Coach E, I tell him how proud of him I am all the time. He'll do a talk, and he's been speaking for 30 years. He don't need to hear it from me, but he gonna hear it from me. I'm so proud of you, Coach. That was dope. Meanwhile, he be sending me pictures of him in the gym and sending me pictures of his meals. I'm eating right, Lise. I'm on the road, but I'm eating my vegetables. Like, we proud of each other, right? I'm so proud to be in relationship with someone who I'm proud of. So it's not a transactional thing. We've had years of building a relationship. I've been in the community for years. I'm so proud of him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to let him down. Like, I want them to benefit from this just as much as I do. Like, I plan for them. I want to be a blessing to them just as much as they're going to be a blessing to me. It's so mutually beneficial. Oh my, if they're like, don't be just gunning for names and brands to be attached to you. Be gunning for healthy relationships to be attached to you. I'm so proud to be where we are and the integrity with which we've built this company. And so that only means we're going to ink healthy deals, right? So I need y'all to hear that part too. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal. We're not strangers. We've been years in relationship and building and getting to know one another. It's amazing, right? And so that's what you guys want for yourselves as well. Let's go. Before I get out of here, give me the takeaways. It's time to pay me. You know the fee for free. You know the fee for free. You know the fee for free. Let me hear the major takeaways from today. Kwanda said, ET showing you he's eating like he got some sense. That's major. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. We got him off that sugar. Oh, absolutely. I got right into the community and gave back the only way I knew I could, which is with my mastery and my specialization. So absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, y'all, let's hear the major takeaways from today. What was for you today? Karen, shout out to Karen, said successful people have what you don't have. Get healed. Yes. Be coachable. Invest in yourself. So good. So good. Let's see. TPSW for Life says ROI is my responsibility. Yes. Your dedication and consistency paid off. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Ujo says, stay in miracle territory. Amen. Amen. Melanie said, mastery is key. It is. ROI is my responsibility. That's it. That's it. Rhonda said, mastery, healed, and relationships in the miracle space. That's what I'm talking about. Stacy said, you have what they don't have. Doubt, fear. That's it. Inner healing is a must. Coach Dana said, my takeaway is everything you said. Show up healed. Yes. Don't be going into these sales calls thinking you wrong for asking people for money. You better go heal your relationship with money and then go back to the sales call. Can I call you back? I got to heal first. Can I call you back? I got to heal first. Okay. Milan said, heal so you can execute every single time. Miss K Simpson said, be exceptional at what you do. Amen. Amen. Listen, Natasha said, be willing to invest in yourself. Successful people have what I don't. That's it. That's it. I love it. Jill said, this was rich. So proud of you. Thank you, Jill. Thank you so much, so much, so much. That was good. Thank y'all for y'all takeaways. Thank y'all for y'all takeaways. I appreciate it so much. So we'll be back here next Monday with another Monday morning keynote. So this is me signing off. You guys go enjoy the rest of your day. You will hear and see more of me in places that I don't even know I'm going to be yet, but things are about to be amazing. 2025 is off to a great start. God is always in control. So don't y'all forget that. Okay. Have a wonderful day. Go out here and eat like y'all got some sense. And if y'all haven't registered for my master class coming up this Thursday, February 20th, you need to. It's completely free. I'll be teaching a live masterclass at 1 p.m. EST this Thursday, February 20th, the hidden cost of chronic stress. And I'm going to be talking about healing too. So I'm going to be talking about those twofold, healing and stress, this Thursday, February 20th. So YouTube, that link is right here pinned for you in the notes. And then Instagram, you just DM me the word masterclass and I'll send that link over to you to get registered. I'll put the link in my bio as well. All right. All right, y'all. For those of y'all who are going to be in the masterclass, I'll see y'all Thursday. The rest of you guys, I will see you next Monday. Love you guys. Take care, y'all. Bye.